So assuming that you've gotten through, stages 1 through 4, you've done a couple road races, you've done a good time trial, you did a crit on Saturday evening, the last day is hard. It's up and down all day, and I mean, it's tough. It's usually pretty hot. It's not the longest road stage, but I think it's the hardest, partly just because it's up and down all day and it's just really a tough course, but also because you've had 4 days of racing, put into your legs. So again, how you recover from the crit the day before, especially because it's an evening crit, can really impact how you feel. If you look at the profile, you have this little short road race loop. It's up and down with a lot of rollers on the way out, but it's like predominantly downhill on the outward bound of this portion of the course, and then it's just like a couple of big climbs back to the high point of the course near the start and finish area. So it's pretty fast on the way out, and there's definitely a lot of attacking and counter-attacking and shuffling around, but it's kind of hard to get away unless you're really motivated on the way out. Once you're like coming on the way back and it's uphill for a while, then you can really go for it if you're trying to attack. It's kind of steep for a few minutes, and then it levels out through the feed zone where it's definitely still uphill, but it's much shallower. That section of the course is hard. It's definitely pretty easy to get a feed because it's not very fast through there, but it's fast enough. And because the feed zone is there, it can definitely split up there. So usually not on the first or second laps, but 3 or 4 laps in, it definitely can split up there. People will get dropped, or they might have to like really chase to catch back on. That whole second half of the lap towards the start and finish area is really tough. It's really fun if you're a climber and you're just really strong overall and you recovered well from the previous stages, but it can be super painful and just like completely demoralize you if you're not ready for it mentally or physically. So, prepare yourself mentally for a lot of suffering on this stage because nobody can hide here. More than anything, this race is usually just about attrition. There might be a breakaway, there might be a couple of breakaways throughout the day. Usually they get up the road, but it's just really hot. There's a lot of work to be done if you're trying to stay ahead of the field. And usually by this point, the GC is pretty well sorted out. So there's just like a couple of riders and a couple of teams that are gonna totally try to control the race. And they don't mind if a break goes up the road as long as it just has 1 or 2 minutes and they can bring it back later. 2 minutes to a breakaway on the last lap is not that much, and they're probably gonna get caught. It's a hard race. So for the most part, the smart play, if you're trying to do well on the stage or you're trying to do well in the GC, is to sit in, watch to see if there's any big breakaways that have major GC contenders. But for the most part, I think it's a Hail Mary to go for the break on this stage. I think it's much better to assume that attrition is just going to destroy the field, and that at the end of the race it's going to be one of the strongest 5 guys in the field that will do well. And because it is hot and it's going to take a lot of work to go up and down the hills all day, be sure that you're eating and drinking from the start and that you stay on top of that throughout the stage.